Let's see what we got for the 80th. So just gonna show along really my process of finger drumming. And again, try to cook up something as an extreme. Got a little distracted. Let's start off with some music. And again, where was I going with this? Yeah. So May Flowers dropped a song February with Angela Deodo. Whoops, sorry. We'll run it back. So I'm gonna play that first, then I'm gonna play some other music along the way, and then get to this finger drumming. I'll probably finger drum to the music. Why not?
I can't love you no more. Been that way since February. You've been doing me wrong. I should've known that already. Now I'm in the zone all alone, and you can't call text 'cause I'm blocking your phone. Finally aware of the games you've been playing. Now I'm saying leave me alone. Turns out you're only harmless if I keep you at arm's length, driven by guilty conscience and fear of image tarnish. It's such a vicious cycle. I pray I'm nothing like you. I move on with the seasons, don't care none about your reasons. I fell apart like the rug got pulled under me. The pain was sharp, but so now is my clarity. Apparently it's lessons that life teaches. Not my first encounter with these blood-sucking leeches. They think they teeping, I'm heating up and taking off. They drop like that debris. Might take a piece, but they will not take my sanity. I carry these scars into the future. Keep them as reminders that the love was never mutual. This honey sutures. I can't love you no more. Been that way since February. You've been doing me wrong. I should've known that already. Now I'm in the zone all alone, and you can't call text 'cause I'm blocking your phone. Finally aware of the games you've been playing. Now I'm saying leave me alone. I can't love you no more. Been that way since February. You've been doing me wrong. I should've known that already.
I hate to break it to ya, I should've left you sooner. Even if the sex was good like Kama Sutra. You wasn't for me, and I damn sure wasn't for you. Ultimatum, disrespect, back and forth, feeling blue. Leading arguments like you to parliaments. I ain't signed up for this, I had enough of this bullshit relationship. Today I call it quits, now I'm gone and I'm moving on. Even if your heart breaks, I'm choosing me, I'm done. I see clarity through your heartbreak tragedies. Your low vibes and dead batteries ain't enough for me. I need a rider who's gonna cherish me, love and invest in me. Treat me like the treasury, especially in February.
I can't love you no more. Been that way since February. You've been doing me wrong. I should've known that already. Now I'm in the zone all alone, and you can't call text 'cause I'm blocking your phone. Finally aware of the games you've been playing. Now I'm saying leave me alone. I can't love you no more. Been that way since February. You've been doing me wrong. I should've known that already.
Oof. Another one I like. That's Stray Away from Steve Cleaning. Yeah, May Flowers.
Stray away. Truth shows what we wanna hide. I'll just say what we're dreading. So long, goodbye.
We built a fort under covers, part-time best friends, all-time lovers. Thinking if you ever left, I'll never recover. Luckily the path ahead leaves something to discover. Yeah, it's been a ride of a lifetime, intertwined, feeling this divine in my mind's eye. We are aligned and my heart cries every time, 'cause we know the truth, that it's finally time to
Stray away. Truth shows what we wanna hide. I'll just say what we're dreading. So long, goodbye. Stray away. Truth shows what we wanna hide. I'll just too scared to act. Love is freedom, and I mean it when I say it that I love you. Yeah, I love you, so I'll let you go.
Caught a bad beat, had to fold. Chips all in when it hurts you the most. Caught a bad beat, had to fold. Chips all in when it hurts you the most. Caught a bad beat, had to fold. Chips all in when it hurts you the most. Caught a bad beat, had to fold. Chips all in when it hurts you the most. Stray away. Truth shows what we wanna hide. I'll just say what we're dreading. So long goodbye. So long goodbye. So long goodbye. I'll just say what we're dreading. So long goodbye. Stray away. Truth shows what we wanna hide. I'll just say what we're dreading. So long goodbye. Bad beat had to fold. Chips all in when it hurts you the most. Caught a bad beat had to fold. Chips all in when it hurts you the most. Caught a bad beat had to fold. Chips all in when it hurts you the most. Caught a bad beat had to fold. Chips all in when it hurts you the most.
I could hit like slow. Aquí estamos, that's Jaffe, my fault, Jaffe. See, the chat was supposed to pop up, Jaffe, my fault. I like that. Something's wrong. Let me see. See, it's supposed to be the 80th fraud, so Tararica. Wait, is it this? I'm not understanding how it's supposed to go. Am I supposed to log in? I'm not understanding how this goes, man. This is killing me. Cause I'm trying to see the chat pop up. Yeah, I'm gonna try to make one. I'll show you what I got going on. But now this is, well, I was hoping the chat shows up on the overlay, but I guess it doesn't. That was whack. Damn, so trash. Let me see if I could find something. In the meantime, let me just play some other music that I got put onto recently that got me excited. Shout out to Gapi. Hold on, I'm trying to find something. beat now, or you know, in a little bit.
How come whenever me you get to talking, I feel like I'm leaving alone, but I'm leaving without. Figure it out. Everything you wanna tell me whenever I call you, you leaving me hanging. I hang up with doubts. I'm leaving them out. Leaving here undecided. Really, I just don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Figure it out. Don't want that no more. You say that you hate how I change, but you not the same as before. Never felt that before.
Jeweler at a clock, get now. Throw that round. Travel instead of making some bread just to be tied down. I wish I could lock you down. I wish I could lock you down. I wish I could lock you down. You've been trying to lock me down. Hey, 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 that's right. Hey, whoa, that's right. I'm trying to do donuts in your hood. Trying to do donuts. I'm from the block where it's sirens in the woods. Like how you broke and you misunderstood. Shit, they learn to walk away when niggas ain't good. No shit.
I just wanna knock you down.
I wish I could lock you down. I wish I could lock you down. Don't ask for some shit that you can't even give yourself.
No, you wanna
Don't ask for some shit that you're not ready to receive.
don't gotta tell.
Don't ask for me. Don't ask for belief.
Don't gotta.
Really on that.
Wanna tell.
Respect, respect.
Don't gotta.
Gotta see your hustle. Gotta see your discipline.
Don't gotta.
Gotta see the intention. I gotta see the program.
Tell me.
You respect my shit. You respect my program. You feel me? Honestly.
Man, that was good, man. Let's get another one. Let's see what else I'm talking. I'm still trying to figure this out, man. It's not. This one,
Yeah. I thought you said that we would never make it out. Here we are, we're the superstar. I thought you said that we would never make it out.
I got you drafting.
Imagine I was with your dog. I wouldn't know what I would do. I'm on the fire.
I can't turn our location on. Girl, you know I don't know. Girl, I need Audemars. Came through an Audi A6 like an Audemars. Tell me, baby girl, I'm proud to pitch you up all the gusts. Yeah, I take all the costs. Tell me what you was going through, baby, I know the lust. Tell me what you was going through, baby, I do the bust. Baby, I made the most. Played the potato folk. Never gon' really fold.
If it don't, then you put me on the show. If it's real, then you with me when it hurts. If it's not, you can have me in the road. Every time I ride through, never feeling good. You be on the sideline, cheering on you with me. Get me in the throne, can you with me and you hit me? Never doubt.
super in the lens. Being is a trend. Talking about the bins. Talking about this money. I'm talking about less than. Talking about this money. Saw you last weekend. You was acting funny with that shorty in. For the money in. Before I run it in.
Thought you said that we would never make it.
So, you asked me, see, I wish I could highlight your comment. It's pretty cool. What is your comfort zone of starting a beat and the section, what section comes to mind? I would say when I first started, it was melody first. So I thought about the sounds, like a piano. So, you know, a piano, a bass, guitar. I usually started with a piano, to be honest. When I first started making beats, it was just a piano sound because really at the time that was the best sounding plugin I had. So I would usually start off with a piano, like something basic, nothing crazy. And so yeah, I just try to think of a melody, you know. So right now I was kind of show you the example. So I'm looking through the browser right now, just looking through a grand piano or something. Let me see grand piano somewhere. Maybe something like this. But there's a way you can also set up the machine so that you see how I got two machine products. I got the piano, then I got the machine studio, which honestly, my poor machine studio, I think the pad's done for, man. I'm hitting it and I don't know. Maybe it's a USB connection. It could be. I don't know, but it's not as responsive as I would like them to be. So anyway, so melody first. So, you know, trying to think of something. I would just play with the piano. Those are interesting keys. I kind of don't like them. Let me see this with this. So yeah, I just try to play the piano to get something. Or I know some people already have something in their heads, and then they're able to start playing it out. You know. And sometimes beats start off with something simple. Those are 2 keys, 3 keys. 1, 2. So what I did there was just I tried to start off with something simple, you know, a simple, you know, 3-note beat, and then what I did after that is just follow the same black keys, cause that's all black keys. That's black keys. So in general, when you play black keys, if you play black keys, but that's a simple melody, and then obviously you learn music and there's more advanced stuff, which I eventually did, so I would recommend learning the piano. But I think, I don't know, 50 if you're still here, but I would say if you're starting off, you want to be able to, like, at least now, there is the advantage of, like, using loops that could, like, just get you started, give you an idea, right? You start off with a loop, then from a loop you can just build off of that. Now Native Instruments comes with a bunch of loops actually you could work with. For example, let's see, this should probably be bigger there, or right, I'll do that. And maybe the zoom feature would be cool, but anyway. So let's say I put an instrument there. Let me pick another pad. Let's say I'm gonna go to this one. Maybe what color it? Maybe make it blue right there. Alright, then let me look for a loop. So in the browser menu is there. Loop is, I guess, under loop. So another good way to like get started making beats is work with loops, right? And these are just sounds. You know, something that's cool to you. So you pick the loop, right? You usually set it to at least 8 bars, your pattern. So now the thing about a loop, yeah, those already made loops, right? And that's Native Instruments. So this is Native Instruments loops. So you can even start off making by like with a melodic loop. You know, like that's one way to do it, you know? Like that's one way to cook up is a melodic loop. Hold on, let me fix the camera. Just play that loop in the background real quick. Alright, that's good right there. Alright, so then I gotta put the piano. Absolutely. The zoom feature would be cool, like so I can show you how I would flex it out. So let me go to machine so I can focus on machine now. Cause the thing is I want to be able to see the chat at least. So I put it like that. Alright, that's good enough. So you see. You could do more loops, right? Or tweak it your way. So now the easiest way to tweak it is gonna be slicing it. So you have I forgot what, so there's a sampling feature that it has, right? So, well, before a sampling feature, usually like if you want to start making beats with ideas, loops are a great way to get started. Again, and I used to be afraid of loops. I used to be like, oh, it's not real producing, but I mean, the earliest production in hip hop was straight sampling. People took drums from another song, took a melody from another song, and then messed around with it and made a beat. So you could think of loops in the same way. It's just sampling music. Obviously, you could straight up put loops together and make a whole beat. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. See, and I ain't even touched not one. I ain't even touched not one kick. And Ja, I got the drums and I got most of the beat, Ja. Most of the beats right there. You know? So loops are a great way to get started, you know? So now there is a trick to loops. You know, I did also move through those loops pretty quickly, but there's also a trick to it. Yeah, no, sometimes people think too hard. So, oh, man. Oh, man. It said that the stream cut off. Oh, man. I don't know if the stream came back, but yeah, no, with beats you can't think too hard. Sometimes you know the whole point is being creative as possible, but also obviously there's some skill because you have to put things together. So what I did with the loops was at least if you're gonna do loops in Maschine, you do have to understand how scales work, how chords work, and like how keys on the piano work, you know. The reason why is because each loop has a particular letter next to it, which lets you know what like key on the piano they are. So you got, for example, this one. The first one I grabbed was the piano one, right? And it says C taxi cab. So C is the key that it is on, which means C, if you find C on the piano, which is where's C on the piano? Right here. Like if you find C on the piano, if you just hit that note, it's like va a pegar con la beat. Feel me? So that's a key. So if you find another loop, you're browsing for a loop, and then you come across one that says D in front of it, that means it's on the piano. It's a D. It's like the D sound. So it will be D on the piano. So that kind of knowledge helps you out with producing, because the more you can just focus on sounds and you already know like where to go with it, the easier you can start to like flow and just it'll come to you. This is terrible. My internet is super slow. I don't like this. Bam. I'm gonna have to get Verizon Files or something. Like, what's going on? Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so that threw me off. Anyway, so that's how you would work with loops. You know, that's the best way to work. I could say how you could work with them. What else I was gonna say? Yeah, that's the best way you could work with them, and then you just start cooking up. So another way I did loops on Maschine, which is, you notice that. So how I got my drums was I was looking through sample packs, and then I knew I wanted like a disco feel. Once I heard this melody, I already knew that to me I wanted disco. You feel me? I was already Damn, I should already had this low. You see what I'm saying? is that a beat always needs a melody, a bass, and that's the bass right there, and drums, and that's it. You know, that's a beat in general. You know, that's a beat in general. A melody, whether that's a guitar, you know, something that sounds, a bass, and drums. And you got a beat. Okay, because then you could freak it, mute that part. You know. You know. Now, what's crazy about this is, like I said, you could even change genres. You know, if you use just the kits, they're called groups, right? Bro, the world is the possibilities are endless. You want to turn this into an Afro beat? Look for Afro beat kit. You know what I'm saying? You want to turn it into an Afro beat? You know what I'm saying? Now, that's just to get you cooking up, you know. This is the basic stuff. That's the stuff you're gonna get. You need to start just getting stuff out. And again, this, you know, shout out to Native Instruments. They have a lot of stuff, you know, to play around with, you know. And I just chose that random loop. But yeah, they, you know, you go through their how do you keep the different sounds to the same melody. So remember how I mentioned that each loop has a letter next to it, like C. So if you notice, I wish I could highlight. Yeah, like I'm gonna show you right now. So like I was mentioning, right? So you see how right there it says C, right? So it says piano C, right? So the other melody also says guitar C. So the way I did was I just went into the browser. So if you see the browser on the left side, right, and you scroll down, you just look for a melody that starts with the same letter. Now you see some of these, like for example, let me take out the camera. You see how some of them on the left says, I don't know, let's see this one right here. The first one, bass 93 A hashtag lowercase m fixer, right? So that A, that capital A hashtag, I hate to call it a hashtag, but hashtag lower m, that represents another key on like what's called the scale. So it also represents stuff like notes on the piano. So let's say you want to start another beat with like let's go, I don't know, I'm gonna scroll down. Let's Alright, so I'm gonna go with that one. I'm gonna put it over here. I'm gonna go with that one, right? So, oh, whoa, undo. Wait, browse. Wait, hold on. I just want to make sure I'm not deleting nothing that I'm using. Oh yeah, I could definitely put it in that one. All right. Right. So that one is CM, right? So now, in order for me to find melodies that will also match with that one, I gotta also find the other ones that say CM. So I'm gonna change the color to that pad to purple. So that's how I'm gonna keep track of the ones that are the same, right? So if you look at my machine, you see the purple one. So I'm putting it purple so I could keep track of it, right? So that one says CM. So now you gotta find samples that have CM so you can see that they match, right? So let me start a new pattern, right? I mute this. I mute this. Also put it to 8 bars. So let me go back here. My bad. Show you what I'm doing again. So that one's 8 bars. All right. So that's CM. All right. So now I'm gonna just play it. Oh, sorry. Well. All right. But let's lower the. Now you see that number it says in front too. It says 92. When you look at the sample, it says 92. So let's put it to 92 because it's how it's supposed to originally sound. Alright, it sounded better, a little sped up. You know what I'm saying? So now you just go and scroll across for some samples. Right, so that's a melody, right? So what's the next thing I told you gotta get? You gotta have a bass line. So now you gotta find a bass line. So now this is sounding like a dance. So I'm gonna look for something that's more dance. That's a bass. You see this bass? It says CM, the same thing. So let's see if it matches. Almost. That's almost fine. Oh. I think that was it. So let's say, actually forget this because you know how you said you want to tweak it. Let's actually, I'm gonna do an example of tweaking a sample or a loop. Let's say. So let's say you want to tweak a loop. So I'm gonna try to find a loop from shit that I own. Because damn it. Give me a second. I'm trying to find my like it's so hard to get to certain places when I'm browsing for stuff. Oh Lord. I'm trying to find where my beat packs are. I'm saying I don't know where they are. Alright, so let me do it this way, porque dime. Alright. Let me go with my boy at, because I do like these. Where's the... What? No way. Oh man, damn. What's that FX? So right here is a sample feature. But I'm just trying to, hold on, I really like that sound. I'm about to. I can even eliminate this extra kick if I want to. Just do like this. Cut it. Price is way too high. You need to cut it. Alright. So I'm gonna show you how to cut up a sample now. So let me go here. So some samples I got, right? So now I'm gonna show you right now. So this is how I'm gonna redo a sample. So now you're gonna see how I sample in a Maschine. So let's see these samples right here. What's this one about? I gotta play it first. Oof! That's just fire. Alright, so listen. Yeah, no more. I heard enough. So you go to sampling, or if you're on the program itself, you go to this button right here. So let me take this out. You go to that button. So let me zoom in over here. AL-BEATZ. See that button over there? Boom, right here. So you hit that button right there. And you go to the sampling mode, and then you see on the top it says edit, slice. So I usually like slice because slice lets you freely play with the samples. So the way slice works is that when you click it, now you see on the pads here, when you start playing, it already started recording the sample. You see? Bang. I already got a first slice right there. So what I like to do is zoom in. Where's the zoom in button? Where's the zoom in feature? There you go. So I like to zoom in and look a little closer, right? Because I like to follow along a bit more. So typically when you want to sample stuff, you want to catch what's called the transients. The transients is basically the loud part. You see like the sounds, how it's moving, and so yeah, you want to catch that part. You want to catch the part that like where the sound starts to wave loud. So see, that one I caught too early, so I'm gonna have to edit that one. Just move it over. Bang, right here. And this one is cool feature because now you gotta make sure to extend that one. All right, so you can continue. That's the only thing I'll change is I want to actually start it here. No, this one. I want to start it right there. So when you're done with that, right? So there's a bottom button right here. It says apply. So you would hit apply and then it does it automatically. So now you could play here. You could play it on your pads, which if you're on the pads, you have to make sure that you lower the octave on the pads, because usually when it spreads out the sample in your piano, it puts it all the way in the bottom. So now you gotta go. So how you get it to stop sounding crazy, you know, because you don't want that, you gotta go to the little 3 buttons right here, all these buttons on the top, or you go to voice settings and it says polyphony right here, that number 8, you change it to a 1. That way all the chops that you made, everything you cut up doesn't like overlap over each other. So calling me. Hold on. Oh. Hold on a second, chat. Oh, aquí tenemos el chant. We got a little phone call, that's all. Shit got disconnected. Pero aquí enseñándole a 50. So I forgot, I was a little lost, but. So now, if I want to manipulate things, I would go to, see up top it says voice setting, then pitch. Just change the pitch, mess with the pitch, and that's it. You mess with the pitch for a little bit, and then you might get something that comes up, might not, but you gotta, see some stuff. So let me see. Hasta maceta está aquí. Oh my god. What's going on? Alright. So yeah, Jaffe, I mean, so now what I've done lately is when I get a sample that I like, I sometimes look for a drum loop or a break beat. You know, I just been trying to do like, you know, especially doing it like the old school, like pretty much the foundation of hip hop, which is sampling, you know. So you find a nice melody that and then you get a drum pattern to complement it or to play around with, you know. So like, let's see this one if it works out. Let's see. Yeah. Let me see. Diablo. Yo. Nah, that's funny. I got a folder of music sounds that says Hijo de Ramon music library. Which is funny as fuck. Hijo de Ramon. That's the sound from Hijo de Ramon. You're so cold. No. I need. Let me see. You gotta have. Almost. Oh shit, right there, Griselda. No. Uf. Está chévere, está aquí. think that's it. So the only thing that's throwing me off is that I messed up because I probably should have chopped the beat up separately. So now it's all chopped up in one sample, one pad. So the disadvantage to that is that then I can't manipulate every single sample. That's why like Serato sample is good because it does it for you. So I didn't use Serato sample here, and I usually do, but just to show you how Maschine could do it. But yeah, if I could have done it over and better, it would have been to chop each sample up into an individual pad so then I can manipulate it. Because right now, what I want to do is, but that's too slow, so I want to speed it up. I want that to go. So the bar ends. Dun, 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 dun. See, I should have actually taken the. Damn, I should have chopped that one up better. I should have did the. I should have took that sound, so I could have did. That would have been a separate sound. I could have chopped that up to then mess around with it by. I'm gonna lay this simple pattern, because before I forget, and this is fire. So start it off right there. I'm gonna just place it 2 bars right there. No, but it should really be. And then this one goes here. Pretty simple. You know what I'm saying? Old school hip hop shit. Try to add some effects to it to just, change the sound of it a little bit. I'm gonna go with not my favorite, but let's see. I got any of my favorites. sample that already, right? Like put it here, right? And then let's say I'm gonna now take this off, start a new pattern. Or actually, let me duplicate this pattern, take this out, and I started like a new sample flow, right? So I'm gonna do with this one is that's the same thing. But now I could manipulate it further. So what I like to do is gate it. I like to do this, right? And then what I like to do with these things, well actually since right, so that's one way to play it. And then what I'm gonna do is duplicate it again, but this time I'm gonna lower the octave on the sample just to hear how that sounds. Sometimes it gets a little flow, so a different flow. That's good. So let's see. See, that don't sound too good. So then I'm gonna put it high, see how that sounds. Yeah, that don't sound good either. So if that doesn't usually work, then I'll leave it as is. But then I'll just still work with this sample this way, because then I could still chop it up, make it faster, make it slower. And then that allows me to still mess with this up here in case I want to find something different, which I do, because I wanted to do the double it, make it 8 bars. Whoops, missed my marker. Something's wrong. That was the 8 bars? Wow, so that's 16 bars. Whoa. Sorry, y'all. Miscalculated. Alright. So that would be 16 bars. Oh, so that would be for the. Alright, not too bad. That'll be for the hook then. So. You could just really work with the sample. So that's one way to do it. You got a little bass going, you got a little beat going, and then you just start doing melodies over it. So what I try to do to capture the melodies, well, again, I've kind of been doing this for a while, so sometimes it's a little easier for me to catch it, and find out what's the, what's the flow on that. So, and usually how I do it is just kind of play around. And you don't need many groups, Jaffe, at all, actually, by the way, to your comment. You don't. I know, I'm pretty sure somebody has, but I don't see why not. To me, it's a little bit disorganized. You do have piano. Like, you mean like a piano like this, like what I have? I mean, it's not necessary, no, because you can also play with the pads. So, like, you see how it's playing? So I know how to do that because it's just been a while since I've been practicing. So I know how, like, you know. But you can also do this on the pad. So you put the pad here. But now, and then you try to do the same thing. Try to figure out what pads like sound good. See, so that might be it. Yeah. It acts as keys too, so that's a cool one right there. Alright, so I'm gonna try to add a piano sound to this because I really fuck with the, you know. So what you could try to add to fill up a beat is what's called chords. So chords are usually 3 or more keys hidden together. By the way, this is an uncomfortable way to play the keys. I wouldn't recommend it for nobody. Yeah, for real. I gotta get my old piano back. copy and paste on the pad, it says that there should be I think you got the machine. Wait, which machine you got? It depends on which machine you got, because I think I'm talking about it. Depends. No. What machine? What machine you got? Like the hardware, like because I think you got. Don't you got the pads? MK3, yeah. So the MK3, there should be a duplicate button. So when you hit it, you hold it. Then like you hold the duplicate button, and then you just be like, you take it and you put the pad. Or if you want to copy and paste the pattern, just simply right click and put duplicate. That's the copy and paste. Oh, okay, I got you. me stop. I'll leave that right there. And you know what's an important part of beat making? Is knowing when to quit, Jaffe. But before I do that, I'm gonna call this beat Knowing When. Because that's how I name my beats. It's whatever the first thing that comes up to you, you know what I'm saying? Knowing when. And so now, I'm going to try to cook up another beat, Jaffe, another style, though. So this is using Splice, right? So Splice has become like a cheat code for somebody like me. Because, well, let's see if it even works. It should be getting tight lately. Alright, let me see if it works. I bet. No. What is this? Spotify. I ain't open up goddamn Spotify. So Splice, I'm trying to get it to work, man, because it's pretty fun to use. I got a couple good beats on there. I'm not gonna front on you, man. Some like couple good stuff. But right now it's acting up, dogs. So on Splice, I get to, pretty much mess around with some loops again. The same shit, same concept, you know what I'm saying? Just making loops. And so, yeah, that's pretty much what it is. So on the go, I usually come up with ideas on Splice. Like, I'm not gonna jack. I'm not gonna lie. So, and again, I was a big person that loops suck, but again, loops are like sampling, man. So I'm not hating on it. However, I will say it's always good to know music and know things. Always. So anyway, they have a thing called stacks, and so stacks is just a way that you could kind of like mix a bunch of samples and loops together and put them in patterns, and that's nothing new. That's been existed. So if you have an ear for it, or like once you make beats and you kind of like get ideas going, then you could just like listen to music and put things together. Like, I think stacks would be a great feature, which I'm pretty sure DJs already use this because, it's a great way to just mash different sounds together. So, so the way I use stacks is that, like, again, with Splice, I look at different samples, get some ideas, and then I usually, just do the rest. So here's some ideas I got. Like, let me see, which one's this one? No reggaeton, you know what I'm saying? So this is more for like, That's another good one. I'm not gonna lie, I like this one just because it's like a cool little. I'm gonna fuck with this one, definitely. I'm gonna fuck with this one. This is fun. Fire. I fuck with that one. So I made that with Splice, right? In terms of like, So now what I do with that is I take that idea and then I try to work on it. Like what I like about stacks is that it lets me start an idea and then I could go for it. And sometimes the idea ends up being like a whole ass beat. You know, I can't even front, because sometimes it's like I said, it just the stuff that comes out of it is just so good that it's like I don't need to do much. So like this one kind of provided me with a lot that I needed. So usually I set this up with the main beat. So I think this is it, the main one. Oh, but what's it's 103 BPM. Let me set the BPMs, 103 up here. See, that was you feel me? Everything 8 bars. See, that was a different beat. So actually, I'm not gonna use that. So what is this? I don't want just that bass sound. Like I would do the bass over, you know, just cause, yeah, I feel like there's. Spice is not a kid. Spice is where you get loops on. So it's not a kid. You know, you kind of have to build it on your own now. That's like loop building. You know, that's a little more advanced level. You know, that's when you're used to doing it the way I was teaching you with, what I was showing here, like with Maschine first, since Maschine allows you to kind of learn it quicker. See, so from right here, I like the sample, but I gotta do more with it, though, you know. I can't keep it the same, that's too repetitive. So this has to like change. I gotta look. Yeah, well, no, I didn't create these. These are other people, and I just use them for inspiration. Like, I grab a bass line from that somebody else made, you know, and I just put it all together. See, so here, what I'm doing is, like, now what I'm doing here is, I took a basic, like, pattern, and now I want to build on it now, you know. So now, how can I put this? This thing got me started, and now I gotta finish it, you know?